Good morning, Colorado. Welcome to a Friday edition of Local Biz Buzz. I'm your host, Larry Hers, and today in studio, I have Cindy from SweetCakes. Welcome.
Hi.
How
Thank you for having me. I'm good.
Before we get going, I need to say a word from our sponsor, Grip Places. So Grip Places is an exciting new app that you can get on the Google Store, or the Play or the Apple Store. And what they do is they have cameras in restaurants, so you can go to the app and then check out the cameras so you can see the vibe of the restaurant. You're like, oh, that's not what I'm in the mood for tonight. Instead of just relaying. I'm never going to get that right, am I?
You're trying.
Instead of just counting on the Google or Yelp for the star ratings, because that really doesn't tell you the vibe. You know, like if you're looking for something crowded or not crowded. So check out Grip Places. Download it on the Apple Store.
Cool.
All right, let's get into you now. A little history of you and SweetCakes.
Sure. So actually started SweetCakes about 10 years ago. When my oldest son was born, he's 16 now, I decided to leave my career job.
Which was?
I was in the nonprofit world.
Okay.
I was working at Big Brothers Big Sisters
Great.
at the time.
No.
Wanted to stay home with him and just started baking during nap time. And it became this fun, creative outlet for me. I just fell in love with it.
Nobody taught you, just self-taught?
No, I kind of remember baking with my mom as a kid a little bit, but no one really.
Was that
No
the
one
Easy
really
Bake
taught
Oven?
me. Yeah, probably the easy stuff. So really kind of learned about high altitude baking because
Yeah.
that's very different. Started kind of perfecting recipes at that time. And what I would do is I would just take them to friends for their birthdays or parties that we were going to. I was the one that always got asked to bring dessert. And eventually people started asking if they could buy my treats. And at the time it was still just a hobby, so I wasn't really ready to jump into that yet. Fast forward a couple more years, my younger son was born. And then I did start to kind of want to do something more for myself. And I wasn't ready to go back into the workforce full time outside of home. Still wanted to be there for my boys. And so I thought, well, why not try something that I love? It was kind of a natural. People were already asking to buy it. So I decided just to jump in and see where it would go. And 10 years later,
You're still doing
still baking.
it. When you first started, was it cakes, cupcakes?
So actually I baked everything. Cookies, brownies, cakes, pies. But at the time, cupcakes were still kind of a big thing then. So that's why I decided to go with cupcakes when I opened SweetCakes. I just wanted to choose one thing that I could be really good at. And it was fun. You can be really creative with cupcakes. And so I chose those and it just kind of took off.
You have gotten really creative with cupcakes, so we're going to name all 12 of these over here. Hopefully you can remember them all.
Yes, I can.
I bet I can name like 2 of them.
You might be able to name a couple. Yeah.
I'll start over here. Looks like a cappuccino-ish, coffee-ish.
That is the mocha, yes.
Uh-huh.
Delicious.
All right. And then worm and dirt kind of thing?
Yes, that is dirt cake, and kids love that one.
Yeah,
that is
yes,
their
they
favorite,
do.
clearly. Or big kids.
Apparently,
big kids love them too.
he is a kid.
That one's strawberry lemonade. Pretty
Yeah?
self-explanatory.
I was going to guess strawberry, but then I'm like, it's a little light.
Yes.
And you can see a little bit of lemon. Is that lemon sugar?
There is, I think those are just yellow sprinkles.
Yellow sprinkles.
Yes.
Okay.
Chocolate peanut butter, that one's a huge hit.
Yeah.
Everyone loves
a little
that one.
Tiny Reese's cut on top. Is that what that is?
Yep, that's what those are.
Brilliant. Caramel pretzel?
That one is a salted caramel pretzel. It's really good. So it's vanilla cake with a salted caramel buttercream and pretzels and salted caramel.
Okay. Cookies and cream?
Cookies and cream, and that has been my #1 seller since day one. It
Yeah, that
still
would be.
is.
And now it's one
Everyone
that's
loves
calling
that
my
one.
name.
Yes. Let's see. That one is stuffed French toast.
Ah, yeah, I would have been here all day and not gotten that. Okay, what makes it French
So
toast?
that one is a cinnamon streusel cake with a blueberry filling, and then it has a maple cinnamon buttercream with a little dollop of blueberry.
That's it, no big deal.
No big deal. That one is Snickers, so that one is good too. It has a chocolate cake. It has a peanut butter marshmallow buttercream, and the peanuts and the chocolate and caramel drizzle. Tastes just like a Snickers.
I hate to tell you this, but I think you need to make a full-time business, open up a store.
Yeah.
This is legit stuff, and I haven't even tried it yet. Coconut something.
Coconut lime.
Okay.
That's a huge summertime favorite for people too. So it's just a lime cake with coconut lime buttercream and more
I
coconut.
mean, your flavors and presentation alone are exceptional, so I can't imagine.
Thank you.
Can't wait to taste them.
S'mores, another huge popular summer flavor. That one has a graham cracker crust, chocolate cake, marshmallow buttercream, and then the chocolate and grahams. That is one of my favorites. It's Samoa.
I know it was. Damn, I should've
Chocolate
guessed
cake, caramel buttercream, toasted coconut.
That's
and
my
then
favorite Girl Scout
that
cookie.
one is the bomb.
that. Okay.
Chocolate raspberry truffle.
Look at you.
That one is a big seller too.
And I'm guessing you have more that you didn't even bring today.
Oh, I actually have 50 flavors.
Of course you do.
On my website. I think over the years I've probably made close to 100.
Yeah.
I used to do a flavor of the month, which let me get really creative with different flavors, and it was only available for the month. So that was fun. I don't keep all of them on there. I think 100 is just too many. 50.
And these these are all different too, aren't they?
Yes, these are all different too.
Okay, let's pull these
So-
minis over.
The chocolate guy there is my absolute favorite. That is chocolate cream filled. Very simple, but
Looks like
super
a
delicious.
ding dong.
Yes,
Yeah.
but 100 times better.
Yeah. I hope.
Red velvet and funfetti. Are
Is
the
that
other
velvet?
two There.
Velvet and funfetti.
Yep.
Okay. So obviously you can get them in full size or mini size.
Yes. So the full size guys here are 36 a dozen,
Not bad.
and the minis are 18 a dozen.
Okay.
And the cakes, I just recently started doing cakes. I can pretty much turn any cupcake flavor into a cake. And right now I do just little guys. So 4-inch and 5-inch cakes. This is a 5-inch. He'll feed about 6. The 4-inch will feed about 4.
Or one Josh.
Oh.
Just one.
So that's milk and cookies.
So you do make this in a cupcake as well?
I can, yes.
Yeah.
I can make, that's actually on my menu.
Can I cut this?
You certainly can.
Be right back. Don't leave anybody. They don't usually let me have knives.
We know better.
Nah, I'm gonna have you cut it. I'm too
He
scared.
was in the fridge, so I hope he's not really cold. But I can show you a trick on how to cut.
Please.
Okay.
We
So a
need
lot of
tricks.
people want to cut in wedges.
Yes,
which
of
is
course they
fine.
do.
That works too. Sometimes it's easier to just go straight down. And then you would flip this on a plate. I'm not going to do it
I
right
got
now.
plates.
Oh, you do?
Oh,
Okay.
we have plates.
All right. Well, let's do that.
Good thing we were prepared.
Good show prep. Good show prep.
There's nothing unprofessional about walking off the stage, is there?
And then you can do it in slices from there. And so the same with, you would just keep cutting the way I cut, and then put it on a plate and cut that way. And so it's a little easier that way for people than trying, sometimes when you cut it in wedges, it starts to fall apart a little bit.
It does fall apart.
Yes.
It falls right over.
Yeah, so sometimes that's an
See,
easier way.
that's why we have the professional here. Who knew we were going to get an education today as well? I was going to have a cupcake, but no, look at this. Are you kidding me? I might have a cupcake too, but for...
You should have a cupcake too.
You deserve both, lady.
Big question everybody has is, how can they buy these?
So I'm on Facebook and Instagram. You can go to my website and order
Give 'em all
directly
that
from the website. Okay, so I think on Facebook I'm just SweetCakes.
I think you SweetCakes Broomfield.
It might be SweetCakes Broomfield. Okay. I don't keep track of all that stuff. Instagram is actually SweetCakes Bakes Denver because SweetCakes was taken, so I had to
Yeah.
get really creative there. I do prefer orders through Facebook or directly from my website. Some people try to order through Instagram, but to me it's just too many avenues of trying to keep track. So Facebook or directly through the website.
And what's the
is
website?
Perfect. That is sweetcakesbakes.com.
Okay. Is that right, Josh?
And these can also be made gluten-free. as
What?
well. So most of them, not
Not
every
this
single
one.
flavor.
Yeah, not this one.
Yeah, actually, I
What, do you have gluten-free pretzels?
can. I can find gluten-free pretzels.
Of course you can.
Yes.
You could find them.
Yes.
More extra charge for gluten-free?
There is a little bit extra charge for
It
gluten-free.
should be. That
Yep.
stuff's costs more.
Yep. I make my own gluten-free flour blend, so it's a little extra time, a little extra money. So yeah.
What kind of lead time do you need?
Usually I ask for 48 hours. However, I book up very quickly. So I tell people as soon as you know, a week or two is better than 48 hours.
And pickup or delivery?
I do both.
Okay.
I deliver free to Broomfield. Outside of Broomfield is a delivery fee.
$5.
But some people, well, it depends on the mileage.
Sure.
If I'm delivering
Okay.
down here. It costs a little more. But other people choose to pick up, and that's fine too. So, yeah.
Want to say anything to your kids?
Hi, boys. Should have came. It was fun.
That's what we try and do. We try and have some fun here. Pleasure to meet you.
You too. Thank you.
We'll see you today at 11:30. We actually have a Broomfield restaurant coming on.
Awesome.
You know Roots?
I do know Roots.
Roots is
Very
coming on. What's for
awesome.
lunch today?
Nice,
It's an
nice.
old Broomfield episode today. Let's eat. Got some spork drop. I use a spoon.